माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रजजनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रजजनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम जय गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय निताय गौरचंद्र जय निताय गौरचंद्र जय निताय गौरचंद्र जय निताय गौरचंद्र जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय श्रीला गुरुदेव ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की समवेत गौरभक्त वृंद की श्री प्रभुपाद जी महाराज की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयत्मुदीरये नश्च प्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 60, verse number 57. dūtas tvayātma-labhane su-vivikta-mantraḥ prasthāpito mayi cirāyati śūnyam etat matvā jihāsa idaṁ aṅgam ananya-yogyaṁ tiṣṭheta tvayi vayaṁ pratinandayāmaḥ dūtas tvayātma-labhane su-vivikta-mantraḥ prasthāpito mayi cirāyati śūnyam etat matvā jihāse idaṁ aṅgam ananya-yogyaṁ tiṣṭheta tvayi vayaṁ pratinandayāmaḥ dūtas tvayātma-labhane su-vivikta-mantraḥ prasthāpito mayi cirāyati śūnyam etat matvā jihāsa idaṁ aṅgam ananya-yogyaṁ tiṣṭheta tvayi vayaṁ pratinandayāmaḥ. माताजी Thank you so much. Dūtaḥ, the messenger. Tvayā, by you. ātma, myself. Labhane, for obtaining. Su-vivikta, very confidential. Mantraḥ, whose advice. Prasthāpitaḥ, sent. Mayi, when I. cirāyati, delayed. śūnyam, empty. Etat, this world. matvā, thinking. jihāse, you wanted to give up. idam, this. aṅgam, body. ananya, for no one else. yogyam, suited. tiṣṭheta, may stand. tat, that. tvayi, in you. vayaṁ, we. pratinandayāmaḥ, respond by rejoicing. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. When you sent the messenger with your most confidential plan, and yet I delayed going to you, you began to see the whole world as void and wanted to quit your body, which could never have been given to anyone but me. May this greatness of yours remain with you always. I can do nothing to reciprocate except joyfully thank you for your devotion. Purport. Srimati Rukmini Devi had no intention whatsoever for accepting any other husband but Lord Krishna. As she stated in her message to the Lord, Yahi ambujakshana-labhye bhavat prasadam jayam asun vrata Krishna sata janabhi syat. If I cannot obtain your mercy, I shall simply give up my vital force, which will have become weak from the severe penances I will perform. Then, after hundreds of lifetime of endeavor, I may obtain your mercy. The Srimad Bhagavatam firmly establishes the unique glories of Queen Rukmini Devi. Janmadiyasya tanvayāditarataścārteshvabhignasvarat tene brahmardhayādikavaye mūyanti yat suraya tejo vari bradam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrasha dhamna svena sada nirastakuhakam satyam param dhimahi dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastamatra vastu shivadam tapotrayan moolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute Kim va paririshvara Sadyo hridaya vrudyatra kritibhi Sushrushubistakshanat Nigama kalpataror kalitam phalam Shukamukhadam mritadram vasanyutam Pibata Bhagavatam rasamalayam Muhuravo rasika bhuvibhavka Om ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam jena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Mukam karoti vachalam Pangum langayate girim यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नित्यानन्दं अहं नौमि सर्वानन्दकरं परं हरिनामाप्रदं देवम् अवधूताशिरोमणिम् आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाम्बदिव्यछविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसाप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna everyone. So we are discussing a very sweet pastimes of Krishna, Lord Krishna and Rukmini. So who is Rukmini? Rukmini is we all know, daughter of Bhishmaka, who was the king of Vidarbha. And Rukmini, she had heard about Krishna's name, Krishna's fame, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's strength, and so many other wonderful qualities. And she therefore made up her mind that she will accept only Krishna as her husband, because she heard about Krishna's glory, and she was convinced that if Krishna is on the planet, why will a girl choose any other person to marry? If Krishna is on the planet, she'll prefer marrying Krishna. And Lord Krishna also wanted to marry her. So both were in love with each other. But the beauty of this love story is that they have not seen each other. Neither Rukmini had seen Krishna, neither Krishna had seen Rukmini. Rukmini heard about Krishna's glories and Krishna heard about Rukmini's glories. So, there was a problem in this love story. Every love story has a villain. So there was a problem here as well. And here the villain was Rukmini's brother Rukmi. So, although Rukmini's every other relative agreed that Rukmini must get married to Krishna, but there was one person, that was Rukmini's brother, who was very adamant, that said, no, I don't want my sister to get married to that coward Krishna. But Rukmini was not convinced. So there was a unique kind of rift in the family, where the brother wants that Rukmini should get married to Shishupal, and Rukmini wanted to marry Krishna. Everybody was also convinced of Rukmini married to Krishna, but because of Rukmini's pressure, the situation changed, and finally the cards were distributed of Rukmini marrying Shishupal. Now, Rukmini also very unhappily, she was not happy with this whole proceedings, but she also very unhappily understood the situation and took up to the duties, and she also was preparing for the marriage. But she did one thing. She wrote a letter to Krishna. She wrote a love letter. The first love letter. It was Krishna's first official marriage. So Rukmini wrote a letter to Krishna. But who is an authentic person who will make sure that the message goes and comes back? So she chose a Brahmana. She sent a trustworthy Brahmana to Krishna with a letter. Where is Rukmini? In Kaundinyapur in Maharashtra. Where is Dwarka? And then Krishna is in Dwarka. Huge difference, huh? So this Brahmana arrived in Dwarka. Rukmini sent a letter. Brahmana carried the instructions and started for Dwarka immediately. Brahmana reached Dwarka. Sri Krishna, Lord Krishna, he is Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmanitaya Cha. He worships Brahmana. He worshipped the Brahmanas. So Krishna worshipped the Brahmana very nicely. Just like we worship Krishna, similarly, Krishna worships Brahmanas and his dear devotees. So Krishna was worshipping this Brahmana and honored him nicely with various ritual worships, and also gave him a lot of gifts. The Lord then asked the Brahmana that why he had come. What is the purpose? Kaundinyapur, Maharashtra se, Jai Maharashtra. From Maharashtra somebody has come. Some Brahmana has come with a message. What is that message? So what is the purpose of your coming? And the Brahmana said that there is a letter for you, Krishna. He said, open it. And he said, letter from whom? It's a letter from Vidarbhareshwari, Srimati Rukmini Devi. So Krishna asked Brahmana, you read the letter. It was a private letter, right? Rukmini sent only to Krishna. It was a private letter. Krishna is saying to Brahmana, you read it for me, so the world should know. So Rukmini Devi wrote, ever since I have heard about you, O my Lord, I have become completely attracted to you. Without fail, dear Lord, please come before my marriage to Shishupal. I don't want to get married to that dog Shishupal. Please come and take me away. But Krishna was asking question that how will I do that? Is it practically possible that a marriage ceremony is going on, lakhs and lakhs of security is there, and in between the girl is asking Krishna to please come and kidnap me. Utha ke le jao. And now she's saying that she's proposing a plan, she's giving a blueprint also. How to do it? Because Krishna will ask him how to do it. Immediately somebody is reading a letter, so naturally question will come, Baba, how shall I do it? If somebody is calling you, you're in Vrindavan, somebody is calling you to Maharashtra. So you have to plan, right? How should I come? Flight ticket bhejenge. You will send a flight ticket to me. Will you send a train ticket to me? You are calling me, but how will you come? How will I come? So Rukmini is saying that in accordance with the family function, just before my marriage, a day before my marriage, I will be visiting the goddess Ambika temple near my house. And that will be the best opportunity for you to appear and easily kidnap me. Now, question was with the Rukmini that what if some random girl is sending Krishna a letter and expecting Krishna should travel immediately from Dwarka to Kaundanapur. Rukmini was thinking that if he doesn't agree to this, what should I do? So she gave a very clear instructions to the Lord that, look, if you do not show me this favor, yadi daya na karibe, patita dekhiya, what will I do? She is saying that if you do not show me this favor, I will give up my life by fasting and observing severe vows. But I will not marry to Shishupal. And perhaps, if not in this birth, probably in the next birth, I will be fortunate to become your good wife. The most interesting part is, such a love letter is going from Rukmini to Krishna. She never saw Krishna. Who? Surprisingly, Rukmini never saw Krishna. She only heard about Krishna's activities from Naradji and others. So it was Narada. Actually, this Bhagavad Puran is not Bhagavad Puran. This Bhagavad Puran is Narad Puran. Because everywhere, in every pastime, in every incident, Narad Muni is involved. Tell me, think of it, go through the overview of the Bhagavatam and remember one pastimes where Narad Muni is not involved. Some or the other link Naradji is there. That's why this Bhagavad Puran should be also called as Narad Bhagavad Puran. Even in Kaliya Daman Leela, Kaliya's Guru is Naradji as per Jiva Goswami Path. So wherever there is some, Leelas are happening, Naradji's hand is definitely there. So for us as well, we are not seeing Krishna. We are also hearing about Krishna. We are seeing Krishna in the form of deities, but if we ask ourselves, we are not seeing Krishna, we are only hearing about Krishna and understanding that this Krishna is there in the form of the holy name, Krishna is there in the form of the Vigraha. Right? And Krishna is very easily understood by hearing. The most difficult and challenging situation is when one tries to understand Krishna on his own. But when one hears Krishna from an authentic source, it's very easy to understand Krishna. In the Padma Puran, there is a very authentic process of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days. In the Padma Puran, 4 Kumaras recommended the 7 days process. This is for children audience. When new people, when they come to the temple, there is a course, Discover Yourself, right? For 7 days. Similarly, this Bhagavad Saptah, it's an authentic process. For people in general to attract them to Bhagavatam, to attract them to Krishna. It's not unauthorized, it's authorized. So we need to understand, but for those who are devotees, who are already devoted to the cause of Supreme Lord, those who are devoted themselves to Krishna, for them, the sutra is different. For them, the sutra is Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Every day, one has to hear, one has to read, and one has to glorify Krishna. One has to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. There is no other fourth activity for us. Hearing Krishna, reading about Krishna, and speaking about Krishna. These are the 3 businesses for devotee. Fourth business is not there in terms of hearing and speaking. Any other fourth business is a gossip. We all know that. If you're not hearing about Krishna, if you're not reading about Krishna, if you're not speaking about Krishna, then the fourth business is gossip. Right? There is no other activity for devotees other than this in this regard. So we have to take Srimad Bhagavatam very, very, very seriously. One might ask, why? Why we should take Srimad Bhagavatam seriously? Why? क्या कारण है? Why only Srimad Bhagavatam? Because Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. So Krishna has appeared in this world, in this Kali Yuga, in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. When devotees pray to Krishna that Krishna, I want a son like you. Do you know what Krishna replies? Baba, there is nobody like me. I cannot say that there is somebody like me that I can send to become your son. Only I have to become your son. But what is Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. What is the pramana? In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Krishna tulya bhagavata vibhu sarvashraya prati shloke prati akshare nanarthakaya. Srimad Bhagavatam is as great as Krishna. You know, Srimad Bhagavatam and the Supreme Lord, they share the same characteristics. The characteristics of Krishna and characteristics of Srimad Bhagavatam, they are the same. They are the same. Krishna and Srimad Bhagavatam are the same. In each and every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, in each and every syllable, there are various meanings to it. And then further Vrindavan Das Thakur says in Chaitanya Bhagavat Antalila that Prema Maya Bhagavata Sri Krishnera anga tahate kahena yatha Gopya Krishna Ranga. So, Bhagavat is what? What is Srimad Bhagavatam? Bhagavat is Sri Krishna Anga. And Srimad Bhagavat, Tahate Kahena Yatha Gopya Sri Krishna, all the confidential, all the sweet pastimes are discussed here. Just like Krishna is Vibhu, Krishna is Ananta, Krishna is unlimited, so is Srimad Bhagavatam. If Krishna is Satchidananda, Srimad Bhagavatam also Satchidananda. If Krishna is unlimited, Srimad Bhagavatam also unlimited. That is the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, we need to understand, just like Rukmini attained Krishna by hearing, so we can also attain Krishna by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. You know, when Uddhavji, when he understood that Krishna is going from this planet, he immediately went to Krishna, said, you cannot go. Panga ho jayega. If you go, there will be difficulties. Kali Yuga is going to come, he is going to influence everybody, everybody is going to fall in Maya. All the efforts which we have taken to establish Dharma, you came, you established Dharma, but everything is going to go waste, because as soon as you leave, Kali is going to show his influence and things are going to get spoiled. So you should not go, you stay here. So Krishna is saying, Uddhav, that cannot happen, I have to go. What is the solution? Krishna says, I will come myself in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Krishna appeared in the form of, and Sutta Goswami confirms this, Krishna Sudhama Bhagate Dharma Jnana Divisaha Kalau Nashtam Rashadesha Purana Arkodonaditaha. He confirms that Krishna has come in the form of Bhagavatam. If we don't hear Srimad Bhagavatam, all our activities are going to be dull. Even while chanting, we might not remember Krishna because we are not nourished. What is Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is a food for soul. If you are not hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, not reading Srimad Bhagavatam, not studying Srimad Bhagavatam, not speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, then our ātma, our soul is not going to get nourished. We take good care of our body. 3 times prasad, in between chach, lassi, juices, During Ekadashis also, the diet doesn't change. It's an alternative arrangement. Ekadashi pizza, Ekadashi pasta, all these things are going on. So this is very nice. We are taking good care of the body, but we are losing the purpose. You are losing the main thing. What is the main thing? The main thing is to nourish the soul as well. For the body, we are taking good care of it, but for the soul, we are neglecting the soul. And what is the food for a soul? The food for a soul is Srimad Bhagavatam. If we don't eat for 7 days, what is going to happen with us? Our body is going to become weak, right? We won't be able to do anything. Probably we'll just lie on the bed. Right? If we are not taking shelter of Bhagavatam. That's what is happening with us. Because we are not nourished in Krishna consciousness. Because we are not nourished in Krishna consciousness. I'll repeat again. Because we are not nourished in Krishna consciousness, all our Krishna conscious activities are getting affected. Even while chanting, we are not able to remember Krishna. Even while performing any devotional service, we are not able to remember Krishna. We are only into gossip, gossip and gossip. At least I'm talking about me. And all of you are elevated devotees. So I'm telling to myself to take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna, he performed various pastimes on this earth for the benefit of human society. And if the religious people, philosophers, they simply hear this Krishna Katha, simply hear this pastimes of Lord, they'll become liberated. The best way of preaching. You know what is the best way of preaching? You want to know? The best way of preaching is to not criticize anybody. The best way of preaching is to not criticize other sampradaya or other cult or other personality. No, that is not the way. If you criticize them, they will criticize you. Ho gaya preaching. What are we doing is, we think that by defeating someone in argument, that is preaching. It's not. Preaching, Prabhupada ji writes that simply by glorifying Krishna's name, fame and activities, you will be able to convince others about Krishna. Because Krishna's kirti and Krishna's yash are so powerful that if any conditioned soul, they hear that, they'll fall in love with Krishna. So instead of investing energies in criticizing others, criticizing other people, invest energies in glorifying Krishna, and you can satisfy others as well, and your heart also be satisfied. खंडन करते रहेंगे तो अपना भी खंडन हो जाता है. खंडन के चक्कर में नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. So always glorify Lord. This is the best way of preaching. This is my Gurudev says this. Srimad Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj, he says this. That simply glorify the Lord. And Lord's glories will take care of itself. And they'll become devotees. So, anyone, somehow or other, anyone who slightly becomes interested in Krishna Katha becomes liberated. In Srimad Bhagavatam also, what it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, second verse, Veda Vyasa is writing in his Mangalacharan itself, in the second verse. What is he saying? Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute Kimva Paririshwaraha Sadyo Hriday Avruddhya Atra Krutivi Shushubhistakshanat. Baba, you have just desire to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Simply by mere desire to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord, by the culture of this knowledge, is willing to get bound up by you in your heart. Isn't that amazing? So what will happen when our life is completely absorbed in hearing, reading and speaking about the Lord? What will happen? Krishna will perform pastimes in our heart. The Vrindavan will manifest in our heart. And this is the mission. This is the mission of Lord Charan. This is the mission of ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada ji, he established Bhagavad Dharma all over the globe. And that's our mission, that's our goal. Now, we need to understand that any historical fact, old or new, that has connection with the activities of the Lord is to be understood as transcendental. But, without Krishna, all the supplementary activities like the Puranas and the Mahabharata are simply stories and historical facts. Without Krishna, why did Narad Muni condemn Mahabharata? Why? We need to understand this reason. Why did Narad Muni came and chastised Vyasadeva for Mahabharata. The reason is, without Krishna, all the supplementary literatures like the Puranas and the Mahabharata are simply stories or historical facts. But with Krishna, they become transcendental. So, when we hear of them, we at once become transcendently connected with Krishna when we hear activities related to Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam is also a Purana. You know, when Vedavyasji wrote 18 Puranas, after which he wrote Mahabharata, right? But, so Bhagavatam is a part of the 18 Puranas. Try to understand. So after Narad Muni came, Vedavyas did not write the 19th Purana. No. Jiva Goswami Pad says in Tattva Sandarbha that when our Vyasadeva wrote the Puranas, Bhagavatam was already compiled, but in a concise form. It was also one of the Puranas. And then he compiled Mahabharata. Then he was dissatisfied. Then Narad Muni came and narrated the Chaturshloki Bhagavatam to him. And after which, Vedavyasji brought a revised edition of Srimad Bhagavatam and called it as Bhagavat Mahapuran. We should know this. We should know this. That Bhagavatam is a revised edition which we are getting. And that was spoken to Shukadeva Goswami. That went to Sutta Goswami. And that was narrated to Rishis of Naimisharanya. So, in this Bhagavat Purana, what is the special significance of this Bhagavat Purana? The special significance of this Bhagavat Purana is that the activities of the Lord are central. In other Puranas or Mahabharata, the Lord's activities are not the central. There are so many other histories, so many other things which are the center. And that is the reason why Narad Muni chastised Vedavyasji. So here, Srimad Bhagavatam is recommended by Lord Chaitanya. It's a spotless Purana. We should all take shelter of it on everyday basis. Now there is a class of devotees. They think that, only 10th canto is sufficient for us. Only 10th canto. First primary 9 cantos are, what is the use? So I will only study 10th canto. But the other cantos of the Bhagavatam are also as important as the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. No one should try to get into the matters of the 10th canto unless one has thoroughly understood the purport of the first 9 cantos. It is very important. You know why? Because Krishna's activities and Krishna's devotees' activities are both divya. Janma karma chame divyam applies to Krishna and also applies to his devotees as well. So when we say, so in the first 9 cantos, Krishna's other incarnations and Krishna's devotees' pastimes are mentioned. So those are non-different from Krishna. That's why Srila Prabhupada writes that all the cantos are important. And before one enters the 10th canto, it is best that we first complete the first 9 cantos scrutinizingly. Now, what happened after Krishna heard the Brahmana's message? When Krishna heard the Brahmana's message, the letter of Rukmini, Lord Krishna told Brahmana that I am also attracted to Rukmini. Oh, Brahmana, Rukmini is attracted to me. She is saying, I love you. But Krishna says, I love her too. So Brahmana says, so what's the plan, Krishna? I love you, so everything is over. But what is the plan? She is going to get married now. 3 days from now, she is going to get married. And tomorrow is the day, as per the letter, tomorrow is the day you have to kidnap her. So what is the plan? We are here in Dwarka. Marriage is happening in Kaundanipur, Maharashtra. Immediately Krishna, he called for his messenger Daruka, and Krishna gave his hand to Brahmana and said, join me. So Brahmana also jumped on the chariot Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So Brahmana also jumped on the chariot, and Krishna, in a night's time, early morning, Krishna entered Kaundinyapur. And what was the scene in Kaundinyapur? Shishupal, Jarasandha, and all other his friends, they have lakhs and crores of soldiers situated there, because they knew that Rukmini was in love with Krishna, and Krishna may come and abduct Rukmini. So before that could happen, Jarasandha, Shishupal and everybody, they had a meeting and they planned that how we will kidnap Rukmini. If Krishna is around, then there was a plan B. If everything is normal, Krishna is not around, then plan A was there. But if Krishna is around, then there was a plan B. And the plan B was that Shishupal will kidnap Rukmini. That was the plan B. And that's why the whole force was there. So when Balaramji, and Kshatriyas, they often knew what's happening where. So the news was that Balaram knew that there is a big gathering of Kshatriyas in Kaundinyapur. And then he understood that my dear brother has left all alone with a Brahmana. Where is that Brahmana come from? Then the news was that Brahmana came from Kaundinyapur. And Rukmini said that. So Balaram calculated everything and he understood, mere bhai ki shaadi hai. It's my first, is the official marriage of my brother. But then Balaramji, out of his Vatsalya for Krishna, he took his army, which is the most powerful army on the earth. Nobody can defeat the army of Dwarka. Nobody. Not even Brahma and Shiva. They were so powerful. So Balaramji, he also, with the army, reached from Dwarka to Kaundinyapur in one night. Aage aage Krishna, piche piche Dau. Krishna went with the Brahmana, fine, they reached in one night, that is fine. Balaram reached with the whole army in one night. That is the glory of Dau. Sabko utha ke le gaye. Because Balaramji knew that Rukmini Haran is going to happen. This is not going to be a normal marriage. Devotees' marriage are not normal. How Krishna's marriage can be normal? Now, when King Bhishmaka, he was trapped in his affection for Rukmi. So he was taking good care of Shishupal and everybody. But then he heard a news that Krishna has come along with Balaram. And the news spread that the whole Yadu army is also there. The news reached. And so Krishna and Balaram were together. So our Bhishmaka Maharaj, the father of Rukmini, he went and made all the respective arrangements for their stay and everything. They took care of everything. He welcomed nicely. So everybody, all the citizens, when they heard, what they heard? That Krishna has come. He is the most beautiful person on the planet. So let us go and see Krishna. So everybody, all the thousands and lakhs of people were assembled to see Krishna. And when they saw Krishna, they started praying, oh my God, Vidhata, what's happening? This is injustice. Our Rukmini will get married to the dog Shishupal. No way. We are putting all our credits, all the pious activities which we have performed not in this life, but in all the lives. We are all putting together and offering to you, Vidhata. You take these pious activities of ours, but please make sure that Rukmini, our Rukmini, all the Vidarbhasis were saying, our Rukmini should get married to this Krishna. Everyone was saying this. Till this time, nobody, even Rukmini had no news that Krishna has come. There was no news. So Rukmini was crying, she was praying, "Oh Brahmaji, oh Shivji, oh Mother Ambika, my life is a waste, you're not showing your mercy on me, I have to die now." She was praying, she was thinking, now how should I give up my body, this and that. All thoughts were going on. All this, weird thoughts were going on, because there was no hope for her, because Krishna didn't come. No Brahmana, no Krishna. Her life, she was thinking, is a waste. But then all of a sudden, her left eye started twinkling. Her hands started shivering. The left thigh started to shiver. And that was an auspicious sign. So then after getting the auspicious sign, she had some hope. And then she saw Brahmana. And that Brahmana smiled. That is the only thing that Brahmana can do, is the Brahmana smiled. And the Brahmana indicated to Rukmini, Krishna has come. When Rukmini heard this, that Krishna had finally come, she couldn't believe that how the Lord is so kind, that He has showered His causeless mercy on Rukmini. Krishna came from one night from Dwarka to Kauntanipur. You know what Rukmini did after that? Rukmini is the goddess of fortune, eternal consort of the Lord. She wanted to give something to the Brahmana. Imagine somebody has brought Krishna for you, in front of you. Somebody has did such, so how important will that person be for you? How important? So Rukmini was so in depth to this Brahmana. But what can she offer? Somebody has given Krishna to you. What can you give him in return? But you know what Rukmini did? Rukmini paid her obeisances to the Brahmana. As a thank you, my dear Brahmana, I shall remain eternally grateful to you. And she offered her obeisances to the Brahmana. Thank you so much. And then the whole purpose, the day arrived when Rukmini was going with her friends to the Ambika Mata's temple. And she was praying that, Ambika Mata, please make sure that Krishna is my husband. And the culture of these families, royal families, was such that nobody saw Rukmini, neither Shishupal. She always remained in a closed environment. None, Jarasandha, Shishupal, nobody saw. Even the Vidarbha Vasis, they also never saw. They never saw so regularly. They might have definitely seen her, but not that regularly. So what happened here? When Rukmini worshipped Ambika Devi and she came out, now that was the time, as per the plan, that Krishna should kidnap Rukmini. So she wanted to look for Krishna. She took away her pallu, her sari over her head, and she was looking for Krishna. Where is Krishna? And during that small gesture of her looking for Krishna, all the hundreds and thousands and lakhs of Kshatriyas, they never seen Rukmini and beauty like Rukmini. When they saw Rukmini, they fainted and fell unconscious. People were on the elephant, they fell from the elephant. They were on the horse, they fell from the horse. So everybody started fainting because they never saw goddess of fortune in their life. Shishupal, Jarasandha and all, they were stunned to see the beauty. We used to play a game, statue. Remember? Statue खेलते थे हम बचपन में. you know. So Rukmini made everybody statue. And that was the time, if this was not a Vyasasana, I could have repelled in a very different way. But Krishna came, you got it. Krishna came in that small time when Rukmini took out her pallu, everybody saw, they were stunned. Just at that time Krishna came, gave her hand to Rukmini. Rukmini sat on the chariot. And Krishna, he left also. And nobody knew what was happening. When they realized, everyone there was a chaos. Hey, Krishna took away Rukmini! And everybody was shouting, screaming. They all came back to consciousness. They realized what was it. And they all started giving galis to Krishna. बोलना नहीं चाहिए व्यासासन पे है. And they took away Krishna took away Rukmini. और हम लोग सब देखते ही रह गए. I was just sitting here doing nothing. Shishupal screamed, Jarasandha screamed, but it was too late. And till the time this army got active and was behind Krishna, you know who came in middle? Balram's army came in the middle, sense, I am here. And Balram indicated to Krishna and Rukmini, I'll see you later. I'll catch up with you later. Let me first deal with these people first. So Balram dealt with all of them, and Krishna took her and went away. You know, the most interesting part is how can Krishna come and take us away? That's the thing. We also want, in our core of our hearts, we also want that Krishna should accept us. Because Krishna has to accept us, or his pure devotee has to accept us. Only then our good fortune will arise. Right? Otherwise it is not possible. All our chanting, all our sadhana, all our this, all our efforts, by our own efforts, we cannot capture Krishna. We can only, by our efforts, we can only attract the causeless mercy of the Lord. So if we want that Krishna should come and kidnap us, like Krishna kidnapped Rukmini. How many of you here want that Krishna should kidnap us from this miserable material world? Rest all are liberated? There are two things which we can do. First is in our hands. Second thing is also in our hands. But the result is in Krishna's hands. First thing is that we have to exclusively take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. And three things are associated with it. You might have known already now. Hearing, studying, and speaking about it. And what is the other thing? The other thing is sincerely, from the bottom of our heart, we have to pray on every day, every moment, every hour that Krishna, I am yours, you are mine. By my kaya, vacha, karmana, I offer myself to you. Please give me your unalloyed devotion. Please keep me in the association of your premi bhaktas. Please shower your causeless mercy on me. I don't want to rot in this material world. The time we become conscious of Krishna, we should become serious in Krishna consciousness. Ajamil got convinced about the science of Krishna on the deathbed. Khatwang Maharaj, a moment before. So we are still not late. Since the time we become convinced of Krishna, we should become serious and offer ourselves completely to Lord Krishna and perform unalloyed devotion unto his lotus feet. So prayers and taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki